Okay, so we're going to work on 3 different bass drum patterns right now, and the first pattern is based on the Kashmir kind of beat, so that one I think you already know. I'm going to play it anyway. So the bass drum, basically what I'm doing in these beats is I'm taking the Kashmir beat, which is the bass drums. There's going to be 2 bass drums every half measure, so I'm just going to keep moving the bass drums over 1/16 note. So if you take the first 4 16th notes of one measure is 1, E, and okay? Now those are the ones that we're going to work with, those 4 16th notes. The first 2 16th notes are 1, E. So that's where we're going to put the bass drum on the first beat, the Kashmir beat, right? 1, E. Okay, so then I'll play that against the hi-hat. You've got, make sure that you don't do this though. You don't want to go 1, E. We're just playing 8th notes on the hi-hat. So we're just playing 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Okay, now we're going to put the bass drum against that 8th note groove, and then the snare is going to be on beat 2. And I'm just doing a half measure phrase here, so I'm only counting to beat 2 and then I'm repeating back. So for the first beat, which you know already, we're going to have 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and I would really recommend that you play the beats as slow as I'm playing them, right? Because we don't want to try to take it too fast, because we're going to create more problems for ourselves in the long run. We just want to learn these things right away. So learn them slow, and then you'll be able to play them fast. Okay, so even though I know you already know the Kashmir beat fast, just for the purposes of this video, play along with the video very slow, just like I'm playing. Okay, so here we go. So that's beat 1. Okay, that's Kashmir. So that was the first 2 16th notes, right? Now we're going to take off the first 16th note, and we've got the second 2 16th notes. We've got not 1, that's just going to be a hi-hat for beat 2, but we've got E and. Okay, so if that makes sense, basically we're taking the 4 16th notes, right, and we're taking the first one off, and we're just playing the second 2 16th notes. So that would be 1 E and is the second 2. 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and. Okay? So if you put that against the hi-hat, you have, I'm not going to play the snare yet, I'm just going to play the hi-hat and work on that. 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and. Last time, 1 E and 2 and. Good. Now let's add in the snare on beat 2. So nice and slow. Make sure that you don't go like this though. 1 E and. Don't play the E on the hi-hat, just the bass drum on the E, right? So 1 is a bass drum. 1 is a hi-hat by itself. E is a bass drum, and is a bass drum hi-hat. And then 2, hi-hat snare. The and of 2 is a hi-hat. And then repeat. Here we go. 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and. Okay? That's beat 2. And then beat 3, remember we had the 4 16th notes, so now we're not going to do the first one or the second one. We're going to do the last 2. So not 1, not E, but and and So we're skipping 1, we're skipping E, we're only playing and on the bass drum now. So we've got this 1 and 2, or if you count all the 16th notes, 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and against the hi-hat. Here we go. 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and Okay, now with the snare on 2 and 4. 1 E and a 2 and 1 E and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and. Okay? I would really urge you to play all those very slow and count out loud when you play them. Okay? And then there's a fourth one as well, and a fifth one, and a sixth. Think about it like this. For every 16th note, we can move it over one beat. So if there's 16 16th notes in a measure we've got 16 of these different variations. So you know 3 now. You know 3. You know, there's 16 different ones. If you keep going down the grid, you know, then you have 16 different bass drum patterns, which allows you to be able to have a lot of different patterns that you can play, and it's pretty rocking. So give those a shot. Let me know how it goes.